attacked by a werewolf. Woo! And now he's dying. Okay, hey, welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Tom. I am a fantasy sports addict.
Hi, Tom.
Howdy, Ryan.
I'm Ryan, and yeah, I too am a fantasy sports addict.
Oh, yeah. All right, so today we're talking about how we have overdosed. The podcast title indicates that we're overloading, but no, we have overdosed, OD'd on fantasy drafts officially.
Officially, we did. I mean, we're full-blown addicts, and man, we just flew too close to the sun.
Addicts are prone to overdoses.
That sweet mocks, real drafts, it doesn't even matter. We were just drafting every single goddamn day, it seems like, since like they opened up, beginning of February?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just like, addicts of any kind. We're doing everything we can get our hands onto, I mean, give me a mock, give me an auction, give me a roto, give me some head-to-head, give me 20 teams, give me all kinds of craziness, right?
Woo, yeah!
Yeah! And now I'm kind of like, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Like, I'm glad the season's about to begin, I mean, when you got side accounts rolling.
Absolutely. Like, seriously, like, I don't know. How many teams you're looking at right now?
I think I'm at, well, technically it'll be 17 total.
Okay, so
once the accounts are full, but now I'm apparently co-managing a paid league with Bronson or something, so I don't know what the hell happened, what I got signed up for. But
man.
Yeah, so 17 teams, 2 Yahoo accounts, and some ESPN action on the side.
Yeah, let's see. I got 8. I'm full on my main account. I got 5 on my side account right now, but there's still like 1 or 2 like that I'm probably going to get into.
Okay.
And then I want to say 3 on ESPN. So I'm not good at the mathematical math, but like,
no,
that's
I got
way
lots already.
Too many goddamn leagues.
Ooh, too many. No, I honestly, yeah, I can't even keep them all straight. And, we've got, on top of that, we've forgotten about our home leagues, our dynasty leagues. And we got people complaining like, hey, you didn't set the draft. And I'm like, hey, it's always the same time, same day as Ryan's. Hello. And apparently people forgot. I even forgot, so sorry about that.
Like my, not even like a home leagues. Last year I did a Voto auction dynasty league, and like, I completely forgot to even like process trades from like back in February, and like managers were like, help, there's trades that still need to be processed. And I'm like, oh my God, I got too many leagues. I don't even know what's going on. How many leagues do I got, or trades do I got to process still?
That was kind of funny. I had forgotten about those trades too. I'm co-commish, I suppose, in that league as well. So I probably should have remembered that. But between, again, every other league we're commissioning or co-commissioning, which one? I'm confused. Which I just point me at it, because I don't know. I need a link. Link me to it, and I'll be there.
I mean, again, it's not even just all these leagues that we have that we're drafting and live streaming, but like, we've also been mock drafting like fucking madmen. Like, I'm not even like really like wanting or looking to mock draft or draft. I'm just hopping on our website and talking, and the next thing you know, you got fucking Jay Money or Andrew or whoever the fuck, like, hey, let's draft tonight. Are we mocking? What's going on? And then the next thing you know, we got 10, 12 addicts filling a league.
Oh, yeah. No, this is it's what we've been saying is go to the website anytime you got a league, you need somebody to jump in. I've noticed as the seasons progressed, we've had a bunch of people coming onto the website, signing up, saying, hey, I'm looking for somebody for my 20-team league. I'm looking for somebody for, this dynasty league I want to try. Like, we've got JD Balla, Joe 2, He's looking to fill up a 15-team Roto Keeper League, I guess. That's drafting.
Yeah, what is he keeping 7 or 8, and he's drafting what, Thursday or Friday?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're wanting to get into a Keeper League, hey, hit up the website Thursday or Friday if you got
Yeah,
time.
you can find the link on the forum page, but there's always somebody on our website. So do you want to get into that? Just hop onto the website and be like, yo, I want to get into JD Baller's Keeper League. Like, what do I do? And we'll hit you with the link, and you're good to go.
I suppose we should explain to people who are new to the website or new to our podcast. When you go to our website, Tom, that's me. I am Snake Train. Ryan is Dynasty King.
Woo, don't you forget it.
There's been, you wish you were Dynasty King. Joe is Dynasty King.
Man, Joe ain't got shit on me.
He's taken several shits on you. I'm just sad we didn't get to see it in my Dynasty Hoops League this year. That's too bad neither of you made the championship round. But that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar.
We're talking playing baseball. Each other in third league. Yeah, sidebar, whatever. We're addicts. We're even playing hockey. Like, I just beat Tom in hockey to go to the championship.
Oh, yeah, you beat me. Oh, you know what? I forgot I was playing for a trophy still. I suppose I should set my lineup. Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Once I'm out, I just forget about my teams. All right, that one's eliminated. Thank God I don't have to set that lineup anymore. Right?
Absolutely. And while we're here, while we're talking, again, let's just remind everybody that this podcast is brought to you by our executive producer, J Money Smooth. Justin, if you want a shout out or be the one who's sponsoring this particular podcast or video, just hit the little donate button. Buy me a beer. Tom likes that exotic Kona coffee.
The Peaberry. Yeah.
Real pricey shit. And let's be honest, FSAA is a losing investment. We're not making money on it. We're losing money for fucking fantasy Satan and God costumes and a website. Again, we got so many people on our website. I got to upgrade our chat. So going from a free chat to a $20 a month chat.
Hey, that's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah, it is. And I'm happy
it's an expensive problem, but
I'm happy to do it. But nobody's paying us, we get a few donations and literally 50 cents in ad revenue a day on a good day.
We had some Canadian money the other day. That was pretty nice.
Right, but this is the week, 2 weeks before draft season, so our videos are at a peak viewing. But once the season starts, we're gonna go back down to fucking making fucking nickels and dimes.
Oh, that's a sad face. I'm not too sad about it. We picked up a lot of good viewers. We got a good baseball audience, baseball community.
Well, not even just the viewers. We got into some fucking great goddamn leagues. We have these addicts on our website, and it's all right, here's a public league that's drafted in an hour, and we just fucking took it over, and
a plague of locusts descending on a
yeah, and it's not an official FSAA league where it's a custom league that we did. It's just a public league that we all jumped in, and
it's our league now.
Those one or two managers, I think they're just hopping in some fucking rinky-dink public league, and they're fucking full of goddamn addicts. And next thing you know, all the players they want are gone.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how we fucking roll.
We will take over your league. Or your public league. And on that note, why don't you transition us into, what else? What all did we do? I mean, we did our FSAA leagues last week. Those drafts were good. I don't know what else we've been up to. We haven't done a whole lot last week.
Well, we had a comment, people have been actually wanting our videos. It's been, 2-3 weeks since we've actually made a video. Yeah. Other than doing a podcast or a live stream. But that's just because at this point in the season, it's all about drafting. So that's what we've been doing is just a shit ton of goddamn drafts.
And when you draft, you got to have your coffee, which I'm going for right now.
Mug. Tom Spoon is coffee. So yeah, we haven't been, getting together and making videos. When we did actually get together last week, if you go back and watch podcast 34, the Dynasty League Dilemma, where there's some shit where he was an addict, but he was fucking, what was it?
I'm suing YouTube and I'm suing our channel.
Did you burn yourself?
Yes, this coffee is too hot. I have been scalded by Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous coffee. You know who's gonna have to pay for that now, huh? Don't you? J Money Smooth.
Okay, I was gonna say don't say me because I'll kick you in the goddamn balls.
It's J Money Smooth. He's the executive producer. Somebody was injured on the set.
Okay, but as I was saying, like we got together, we were planning on doing more videos, but then we had a league issue came up where we were getting catfished by a fellow addict who was saying where he was pretending to be somebody he wasn't. Like it was some fucking, little kid pretending to be an adult, and we brought him into our home dynasty leagues, and we joined a dynasty league of his, and there was all this shit going on. But he was just some fucking little snot-nosed little shit, and there was a bunch of goddamn hoopla and cyberbullying on our website, and we had to fucking nip it in the butt and basically boot and ban him from our website, replace him from our league. So the time that we would have put into making videos, ooh, Fantasy God and Fantasy Satan, yeah. No, we had to do commissioner shit, and we weren't able to get around to making videos.
Well, let me tell you, you've never lived until you've bullied an 11 or 12-year-old child into deleting their dynasty league. I basically told them that I was going to get them in trouble. I was like, I'm going to make sure your parents find out about all your bad behavior, and you're going to get grounded.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I told him I was going to contact his parents and get him grounded. I literally told him that was how. Like, I was like, look, dude, if you don't delete this league, I'm going to talk to your parents and get you grounded.
Yeah, absolutely, and like that I mean, and that's the thing. Like, sorry, I'm a little worked up, but I mean,
let's just let's have some civility and some common sense on the website. I mean, Bronson's learning the lesson. We've got him a little shock collar now. Sometimes Bronson gets put in timeout.
Well, like I was saying, that's the thing. We didn't realize that this was a fucking child, and we were planning on making a video and lighting this motherfucker up because at the time we thought he was some slow 31-year-old, because that was the shit that he was telling us, but we knew something was off. And we were going to make a video and fucking light his ass up, let us tell you. But then once we found out that, there's a little kid, we changed your tune. We kind of handled it behind the doors. We didn't publicly shame him. But again, we moved on. But that's just part of the reason why we haven't made all the videos that we normally do.
Well, we'll get some more. We've got, all right. So we did our FSAA leagues. We'll recap those. Probably give you a little rundown of all the teams everybody drafted.
Yeah, there's basically going to be 3 draft recaps. We have our FSAA head-to-head snake league, our FSAA roto auction league, and then our FSAA dynasty league.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm excited about. I think everybody was pretty. I mean, there was rum ham and everything being served up left and right in that dynasty league, but I still think for the most part,
dynasty league was a goddamn bloodbath.
No, but I think honestly, most of us that I'm aware of, everybody's pretty happy with their team, even though I think we all got rum hammed and pick raped and sniped equally. You know what I mean?
Well, especially when you got a fucking madman like Bronson who's taking nothing but prospects to the point where he can't even fill a goddamn full lineup.
Bronson murdered the auction draft too. That's why I'm helping him with his money league tonight. If
Okay.
he drafted this money league.
Let's touch on that for 1 second. Like, you're going to be a silent partner in a money league for Bronson where, like, you're going to draft on the sly for him without people knowing?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to throw me $50 to draft a fantasy baseball team for him,
If you win.
Well, either way, if somebody, it doesn't matter. I mean, some people might want me to draft their team for them anyways. Hey, throw me $50 and I'll draft your team. I don't care. Whatever. I'm not going to turn down money. It's free money.
And honestly, like, Bronson has learned a lot from our videos and our website and hanging out where, being a beginner to fantasy baseball, let's just say, the fantasy gangsta, he knows basketball. He's a fucking hoops head, but he's still pretty new to baseball. And he's gotten a lot better, but he doesn't have fucking 10, 15 years of fucking baseball experience at this point like we do.
Right. No, I mean, we've put in the 10 years, 10,000 hours thing, and certainly way more than 10,000 hours of flight time, I'm guessing.
Beyond that, I spend more time on my fantasy teams than I do my goddamn job.
Don't say that out loud while you're at work. Don't let them know. No, Ryan works very hard. He's a very hard worker. Well, honestly, that's like everybody on our website. Like, aren't you at work? Aren't you at school? No. Well, yes, they are, but they're on their phone, ignoring class or ignoring work right now, how many people listening to this podcast are blowing off work or working, air quotes working, air quotes working right now? And it's just, a little midday podcast action where we're going to talk about fantasy baseball. We did get a little bit of pushback here, Ryan, on your comment about the slow adult. I don't know what the right word to use is. Everybody's so PC these days. Woo,
okay, well, if a fucking 12 or 13-year-old is pretending to be a 31-year-old,
they're going to seem delayed, developmentally delayed. Yes. Okay.
Yes, just because, again, we're not even going to get into the shit that he talked about on our website and was woo.
Yeah. I want to tell the T story.
No, don't even
It's too obscene. It's too obscene.
It is.
Even for our standards, it's far too obscene.
Let's just say, there was shit that was said that honestly, no functioning adult, and again, I meant no fucking disrespect to developmentally challenged adults.
I'm not
everybody.
Very fast. Yeah, I count as a slow adult. I have a heart condition. I don't move very fast, so I'm a slow adult. I feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah, you got your health problems.
No, I actually physically move slowly.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm sorry, man. We are not the most PC people. Sorry. To anybody out there that perhaps was.
Woo! 2016 coming to pull your asses over.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny, Ryan. Speaking of criticism that we've received, I really want to just throw a little bit out there. What do we got here? Yeah, I want to get back to a comment that was made on our Dynasty League video on a Dynasty draft the other day.
So you're going there.
I'm going there. I'm going there right now. As a matter of fact, I am on the video page and something about Rooster Teeth. I don't know what that is. Some sort of ad on our thing. We got a little message from a young man named, I'm assuming a young man. Ronald Rodriguez, which, Ronnie Rod, as I'm going to call him. Ronnie Rod says, mistakes after mistakes, thumbs down emoji. And I'm going to say that, he might be right. apparently all 12 of us, like not one of us in this draft. Now, this is a dynasty strategy or a dynasty league, and everybody's going to have a different strategy. So rankings and all that sort of stuff's out the window entirely. But this guy is such a professional with no YouTube videos, by the way, instructing anyone else how to do a dynasty draft, I might add. Like, he has no instructionals of his own, but we made mistakes after mistakes. So I just wanted to let everybody know that, like, we suck. You know, nobody drafted a good dynasty team. Imagine that. We all fucked up.
I mean, again, I'm not going to lie. This was a fucking brutal fucking draft. Like, not going like your typical dynasty draft. Like, again, I'm used to going into dynasty drafts, like, with a bunch of fucking ass clowns, and I'm able to get prospects like round, like, okay, let me get my Urias and Giolito and Moncada and like rounds 22, 23, 24. Like, no, that shit wasn't happening. Buxton was going in like the 3rd round. I took Urias in the 6th. Moncada went even before then. Giolito went right after I took Urias.
I'm just curious though.
Are those mistakes? I don't know.
Well, how do you even call it? Like, you get a guy when you need to get a guy. You get your guy when you get your guy. I just want to know, did he actually read the fucking title of the video? Perhaps he missed that it was a dynasty draft. I don't know. But he wants to be put down. Not like a sick animal, but he wants to be put down for the next one so he can school us rookies who've been probably playing for longer than he's alive, some of us. So
possibly, I mean,
like J Money Smooth, executive producer. He's an old man. We got old people.
Oh yeah,
like there are a bunch of old farts on the website. All this newfangled Bronson millennial talk confuses us.
Well, I mean that's the thing. Like our general baseball audience, they're actually older than we are, and like honestly, we feel pretty old anymore.
I said I'm a slow adult. I move very slowly these days.
Yeah,
it's true. I'm old now. But yeah, my wit is still just as sharp as ever, so I let Ronnie Rod have it on the YouTube comments, because fuck that guy, to be honest.
Honestly, Ronnie Rod, we are addicts, not experts. And again, we're about just building a community and, like, again, competitive, fucking each other over, but at the same time, helping each other when, like, we're not being competitive with each other. Like, for instance, Tom, you had your Winners League draft where we had the whole community behind you talking about, like, which player you should draft when it was your turn. And, like, honestly, like, you shot down that league's throat. Like, you're fucking going to like, cakewalk that league.
That's a Winners League, and we just, like, fucked it right out the window. I mean, I'm sorry to, like, anybody that's in that league with my team. You're done. It's over before it even starts. And I don't brag like that. I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I don't normally, like, hey, wow, yay me, I'm kicking ass, because I think that jinxes your shit. This team is, like, unjinxable. And now watch, the whole pitching staff's going to be like Tommy John victims.
But, I mean, at the same time, Ronnie Rod, if you go back and you listen to this, we have an open invitation to you to join our buddy show, JD Baller 15-team Roto Keeper League. You want to come and school us, motherfucking rookies?
Bring it on, bitch.
Talk the talk, but let's see you walk the motherfucking walk.
Come on. Right? Come on.
Woo!
Join that league.
Scared.
Bring it.
Bring it.
This is what I'm saying to all the YouTube trolls out there. Bring it. Show me.
Like, we're not fucking scared. I mean, like, we've been in experts leagues. We fucking have been doing this shit for fucking years and years and whatever. You want to talk shit? Go ahead. But honestly,
actions are louder than words. That's how.
Talk, walk the walk. Like, we're not scared. You want to come into our leagues and school us? We're happy to fucking send you an invite.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know, I mean, it's too bad. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, honestly, let's get in that keeper league. It's not a full dynasty, Ronnie Rod, but get your ass in there. Sign up. Let's see it. Bring it. Bring it. He ain't gonna bring it. He ain't gonna bring. You know, he's not bringing that shit. You know what he's bringing? He's bringing fucking cookies to his grandma's house. Little Red Riding Hood. Fuck you, Ronnie Rod. Go home and die. All right, that's enough of that guy. Fuck him. We gave him too much airtime, anyways.
Yeah.
I just, you know me. I like I like to throw it back at the trolls. I don't know why, and I hope we get more trolls. Bring it.
Well, of course, because generally I get all the goddamn hate. Like everybody's like, "Oh, you're drunk."
I've been getting a lot of heat for the sunglasses lately.
Covering your cashed eyes.
No, it's just because I got the bug eyes, the Steve Buscemi bug eyes, and I'm always looking
You
around all over
really
the place.
do.
I mean, I'm just looking around all over the place, so it's better for me to just have sunglasses on.
I don't know. I was told the other live stream we did that I sound like Jonah Hill.
uh,
I don't know. I mean, that's not a troll or hate, but like I thought he had like a higher pitched voice, like somebody stepping on his balls, and like I never thought my voice sounded like that.
I don't know. Maybe that's just how it happens, like how you come across when your internet's fucking up. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the Norm Macdonald, like I'm happy with that one. Like I think more or less not how I sound, but the way I talk and like just my vocal mannerisms. Like, yeah, I do talk like Norm Macdonald, and like I'm happy about that. Like Norm
Yeah.
Macdonald's awesome.
Speaking of awesome broadcasting, I want to throw a special shout out to our buddy Andrew from Fantasy Aid. If you haven't checked out Fantasy Aid, Andrew's channel on YouTube, go check it out. Fantasy Aid, like aid station, medicine, MASH tent sort of thing.
Again, he's our top, video or
He's on our channel. Go to our YouTube channel, and if so you don't have to look for it. He's just the first thing right there. But he did his first auction live stream. He was giving it a try the other night. And, it was a long draft. It was a long night. I mean, we had already had I don't know what draft it was that we did, but you and I were already live 2 hours.
1 sec, Tom. As you tell the story, I gotta go fill up my beer. This has been too good of a goddamn podcast. Like I drank a giant fucking mug.
Yeah, I can tell you're having a good podcast over there.
This is fucking great. Like, woo, I'm just excited for fucking baseball to start. But tell your story. It's fucking hilarious, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so we finished drafting whatever draft it was that we did prior to that. Ryan and I are live for 2 hours. I'm bent out of shape and tired and fucking ready to call it a night and whatever. Andrew's like, hey, you want to do this auction? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll co-host. Yeah, sure, why not? You know what? Why not? Community, FSAA, that's what we do. We help each other out, right? So yeah, okay, all right, I'll do the live stream with you. And, it's a long, long auction draft. I think it was a Saturday night or something. Friday, I don't know what night. Anyways, James, Riz on my pants. He's a Rizzo fan. He's a Cubs fan, getting his master's degree in Florida. Well, sometime towards the end of that draft, he decided to leave a master's degree in Florida. Drew, just I don't know, his wife and kid are asleep. Everybody's like a new dad on our website, and his wife and kid are asleep, and he's drafting and drinking. He's doing captain and Coke, and decides I got to take a shit right in the middle of this draft live stream. And poor Andrew hasn't, learned the controls about switching videos.
It was Andrew's first hangout where he had more than one person in the hangout. That just wasn't him. So yeah, he didn't have all the intricacies down and really know what he was doing yet.
Well, all right, so if you've ever done a live stream on YouTube, you know how this works, or these Google Hangout live stream things. It's like a video conference. It basically just defaults to whoever's mic is open, whoever's speaking the dominant voice in the situation. It just switches views to that. So, of course, dude's in the bathroom dropping a deuce, making all this noise and grunting and wiping his ass and doing James stuff. And it's cutting away from the draft. And I didn't notice this because I'm busy focusing on the draft. But you go back and you watch this live stream. Fantasy addict James, Cubs fan Rizzo, left his master's degree in Florida. That was Andrew. Congratulations on first time hosting a live stream. Completely blown it out of the park. I mean, I wish somebody would take a shit in the middle of one of our drafts. I don't know.
Right? I mean, just classic. Like, I mean, that's the type of shit that you get with addicts. Like, you watch any of these other goddamn experts or podcasts or live streams, and like, you get all these like hoity-toity, like, oh, I'm professional. Like, oh, I might as well be wearing a fucking bow tie.
No, like the Pat Mayo Hour or something like that on the Fantasy Sports Network. You see one of these guys. Like, can you imagine somebody in the background just dropping a deuce? Or Josh Lloyd. Josh Lloyd and his, every night basketball wrap-up podcast, right? Like,
We love Josh Lloyd, but let's be
nobody's
honest.
taking a shit in the background.
Nobody's shitting in the background. Like, yeah, he gives you really good analytics and all that, but like, where's the goddamn blue humor?
Yeah, there's no scatological or whatever humor. Yes, we need feces funnies. All right, well, we got way off track. I mean, I just wanted to congratulate Andrew on his excellent live stream the other night. So check out Andrew's channel, Fantasy Aid. Look for his mock auction live stream. It's probably 4 or 5 hours long. It's forever. It's an auction. Just skip to the last 10 minutes.
Then skip to the end. And
watch the intro. Watch what we get started with. But if you really just want to skip right ahead, go to the part towards the end, and there's James taking a shit for everybody to see. It's great. It's the best. It's the best auction mock draft I've ever seen on YouTube. So, congratulations, Andrew, from Fantasy Aid. And if you want to jump into one of Andrew's live streams or auction drafts and drop a deuce, hit him up on Twitter at FantasyAid1. Little plug.
All right. So we're pretty much 30 minutes into this podcast, and
we haven't
even began to talk about anything we took notes on and all this shit, which happens with us. But
you were the one writing it down.
I was, but literally shit gets off topic. Woo!
Oh, James.
All right. So, anyways,
sweet baby Jay.
We've been drafting fucking addicts and madmen and all this stuff. So, I mean, we talked about how we're just in way too many leagues, and I don't even know how the hell we're gonna keep up. Basketball was hard enough, but basketball is half the work that baseball is.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we're in bad shape here. This is gonna be an adventure in baseball drafting.
So speaking of drafting, let's talk about the differences between drafting early and drafting late, because obviously
are you talking about daytime versus nighttime?
No, early in the season compared to late in the season. Baseball season opens up day one. We did 2 drafts. We did a standard snake and
an auction
roto. We're addicts. We got to do at least one league as soon as they open up, as quick as we fucking can.
Oh yeah, as soon as we can.
There are very big differences from drafting in an early league as soon as it opens up till drafting late, right before the baseball season starts.
I'll be honest. I always like to have a balance of drafts throughout the preseason. I tend to prefer my early season teams. Part of that is, I do my own off-season, preseason prep on my own. I know who I want at the end of the year previously, kind of thing. So I go into drafts knowing who I want and who I'm going to take, and I've already got my own list of sleepers and all that stuff just tucked away in my brain. And, a lot of these players eventually get hyped by quote-unquote experts, or even ourselves on our YouTube channel, but I can get who I want earlier in the season or in the draft season. You know what I mean? And then by the time Michael Franco's been completely hyped beyond Chris Bryant status last year at this point, now I'm not getting any Michael Franco in drafts because he's going in the 3rd freaking round.
Right, in an auction league, what was it? Snow went for 25, 24, and Franco's going for 20. There's only a few dollars difference between Sano and Franco.
Well, at the end of the day, that's probably an accurate description for the talent level and what you're going to get. But again, you're paying for, the Cadillac when you can get it at like, GMC
Yeah,
prices. I don't
you
know.
jump
Is
in
that a comparison?
an early league, an early auction league. What Franco is like $5-6. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's just how much like the hype and his
If that
training like bumped him up.
hype, it's all hype. It's all hot air and hype. Don't believe all the hype. So if I'm trying to trade you, Franco, you should make that trade. If I'm trying to get Franco off you, you should make that trade. See how it works both ways?
Right. One thing I've noticed about drafting in early leagues, like it seems like you get quite a few managers that kind of treat it like a mock draft. Like, yeah, they show up and draft, but when the season actually gets around to start, they're nowhere to be found.
Not always.
Not always. Like generally, there's a few fucking addicts in there, and like they're gonna be competitive. Like they're like us. We're like, woo, day one, we got a motherfucking draft. Yeah,
draft day one. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean that's how we are.
You can go back. There's video proof of it. Day one drafting. We did a day one auction draft. The videos are on our channel. Go back and look at them right now. And yes, honestly, I think those day one drafts, those leagues, like I'm really happy with my teams. And I like the day one leagues. I find that people who are in there are knowledgeable, psychotic fans. And yes, sometimes you get those leagues where it's like, oh, it's just like a mock on my side account. But no, like I don't know. I've always liked their day one drafts. It always seems like they're pretty good leagues.
My favorite draft, like obviously it's an arbitrary timeline, but if you can get into a draft like a couple weeks into the spring training, right before Yahoo or ESPN update the rankings, because again we experienced that where like we literally drafted one day earlier and the rankings were entirely different the next day.
Right.
Because let's be honest, in the standard or typical league, like generally rankings are God. And most people don't really reach at least that much. But like, okay, let's say, one player's going, around pick 100 and like, or he's ranked around 100.
Right.
He's going to either go like, 10 picks before or 10 picks after.
Right.
Then the rankings update, and let's say they bump him up to 65. He's going to go around pick 65, even though a day before you were able to get him around 100. And the only thing that changed is where these
Yahoo put him.
Or, ranked him.
Yeah, Yahoo or ESPN, wherever they put him. Yeah. Again, that's just one. If you're like us and you're an addict and all you do is eat, sleep, breathe baseball all season long, then when those rankings are all out of whack in the beginning of the season, you can totally take advantage of that in drafts. And that's almost why I prefer sometimes drafting early as an addict. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win. Like
I don't know. Personally, I find like the earlier you draft, like the easier it is to win.
Yeah. And that, I mean, sometimes that, like we were saying, that's a product of a league dropping off, but other times that's, again, getting huge value in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? And like, yes, sometimes it is really tough when like you got some fucking full-blown addict that knows his shit and is even like more on top of the fucking pickups than like we are, which is hard to imagine, but like, yes, it does happen.
Indeed. Well, if your side account's free balling for half a year, yeah, that will happen. If you don't know what free balling is, that's when you're letting your teams basically run themselves, i.e. you're not being active, and usually that means you're not competitive. Although sometimes free balling is a good strategy. It works in roto leagues occasionally.
Yeah, roto leagues especially because you got the maximum innings pitched and
max games.
Exactly. So like you can get away with free balling a lot easier in roto league than you can in head-to-head leagues.
Now in hockey, what do we call that? Free pucking?
It's free balling regardless.
Okay, because I like to be free pucked.
Woo!
I'm just looking for a good free puck team, you know?
Yeah.
Free puck.
We just got a comment from JD Balla. He
Okay.
says his side account has a side account.
So there's a side account to your side account. That's 3 accounts.
That's fucking full blown addiction.
That is hardcore. So
Woo!
congratulations. You're hardcore. Yeah, some people have
So
higher tolerances than others. I will, that's how you become an addict. Multiple accounts for sure.
and another thing about drafting early compared to drafting late is the inevitable injuries. Like, for instance, I was in a 16 team keeper league, and I had Carter Capps as one of my keepers. I kept him, and like literally like a week after he gets Tommy John, and I'm like, motherfucker, like that would have changed so much of my fucking strategy not having that one closer. Because again, when you're doing a dynasty league, like what's the point of having one closer
Trust me,
compared
I
to
know.
like two? Like it's
Right.
a big difference. Like, okay, I'm gonna keep these two closers, but if I only had one, fuck it, he's gone.
Right. Unless it's one of the top tier
Well,
closers.
yeah, obviously,
But even
but
then,
Carter Caps isn't fucking in that category.
no. No.
But I mean, if the draft would have been a week later, man, I wouldn't have bothered fucking keeping any of my goddamn relief pitchers.
Not a single one.
No, it
Fair
makes
enough.
no sense.
No, because you have no bullpen. So no. Um Now, all right. When you're picking later, I guess, I always, that night before the season starts or day of the season starting draft, like that last one on your account, that's always fun. And again, you have the benefit. So it's almost like a first day draft too, where you got those people that are just like diehards, like, oh, baseball's on, it's opening day, it's opening night, like woo draft,
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
I can tell you right now that regardless of the sport, I'm drafting a day one and a
and it's
day T-0. So I'm
right
getting
day
a
of,
first day draft and a last day drafting.
yeah. That way, position battles have been announced, and it just hypes you up for the season, right?
Absolutely. And like another thing about drafting early, like we got Train Sonic on here talking. He's an addict. He got all fucking like what is the fucking Chris Farley Tommy boy with the fucking bread rules? Like, oh, I'm so excited,
Ah, yes.
JoJo. Like, he got all fucking pumped up and filled up his goddamn leagues, and he missed out
Oh,
on
I killed
joining
it.
some fucking really
Killed
goddamn good
myself.
leagues.
He
Like,
missed out. He missed out. Sorry, Sonic.
so,
You missed out,
so
buddy.
you did, and that's a
Actually, hey,
problem with drafting
Sonic.
too many teams early.
Sonic should make a side account so he can get into our home dynasty leagues. We'll kick somebody out for him if he makes a side account.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sonic, at this point, we
Side
got a
account.
couple of fringe managers that we have not actually replaced.
We weren't
And
going to replace, but now we're tempted to. And since the
yeah,
draft's coming up Friday,
if you want
maybe.
in, we'll fucking boot them and like say fuck you. We don't care.
Yeah, and these guys have been around a while. They're good managers otherwise, but just throwing it out there. If you want a spot, we'll make room for you. You know,
Just
you'd fire
throwing
up
it
a
out
side
there.
account. You can transfer the teams to your main account next season, but throw out that side account and jump into our. And it's only two. It's a dynasty situation, so it's not like way out of hand. Uh, at least I hope not. I don't know. Just throwing it out.
I mean,
If
and
Sonic wants it.
honestly, like these teams, they're not the worst teams, but they're definitely not going to win the league. So like, if it's even like too many teams, like you can just fucking like make a couple moves, draft some prospects, and free ball it.
Well, I mean, there's some good players on the team in my league I'm looking at. I mean, like DeGrom and, Scope's on there. I tried to get Scope off this guy and he didn't even reply. So, I'm just thinking like, I know there's players on these teams. There's a handful of stuff you'd be interested in.
I'm just saying we're not going to
manager.
give you shit if you're not the most active this year.
Yeah. Nobody get mad.
Right.
Nobody replace you. Yeah. Fair enough. You could always free ball.
All right. So, who's a few of the players that have climbed a shit ton since day one drafts?
Story of my season. It's too much Franco talk. Everybody blew up my spot. You guys just kept blowing up my spot. My Franco.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Franco is hands down the fucking woo climber.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, his spring has been very good, but have you looked at what any of the Diamondbacks are doing this spring? And there's like no talk, no hype.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, comparatively, there's no hype. And some of these players, like, I don't hear a lot of hype about Pujols. He's got a lot of home runs, I mean, I'm just saying, all of a sudden, like, Franco is just like, hype, hype, hype! Woo! Hype!
Absolutely. I mean, okay, a few more. Obviously, you got Corey Seager, who was a little bit underranked to start the year, and then like they changed the rankings, moved him up, but like he's still getting drafted even higher than his rankings. So yeah,
guys like you jumping all over it.
Right. And then you got to be a goddamn asshole in the goddamn auction league we just fucking did. And like, oh, I already got fucking Carlos Correa, but I'm going to bid you up on Sager because I'm a goddamn asshole.
No, I got cookie jarred on that.
Yeah, exactly. You cookie jarred me and like, oh, you're just bidding me up. And I'm like, fuck you. You can have him then because you don't need him.
I know. And I do need him. He's going to play third base. One of those guys is going to play a little third base for me this year.
Not this year.
Oh yeah, no, he'll play a little third. Somebody's going to play a little third for me. I'm feeling it. I'm reading it in the coffee grounds right now. I can see it. It's like reading tea leaves.
But I mean, honestly, like little off topic.
Trade value.
A little off topic. That last auction dynasty league we did. Why were you just fucking with me? You know the guys I like, and you kept fucking like trying to bid me up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't fucking bullshit me.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. That was a great draft. I lost a lot of players I wanted. I spent a lot of money quick, but I stuck with the auction strategy. Do you remember we came up with the dollar amount? You wanted to spend like $240 over like 10 players. Granted, this league, there was an extra 2 players per team off your standard draft, and we didn't adjust the money. But I feel very comfortable with the amount of money I had spent at that time, and I got cookie jarred on a few players. But
players I wanted because you were being a fucking dick and bidding me up.
I'm sorry, it's an auction draft. I didn't know you had rights to players except for the fact that you put an extra dollar down the bottom.
That's why I allowed you to get cookie jarred. Like, you're going to bid me up? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, Ryan's got his panties in a bunch now. Hey, the ocean called, Ryan. They're complaining. Looks like you brought a little sand home in your vagina. They want it back.
The jerk store called. They're all out of you.
Oh my God. So you've had some IPA at this point, I'm guessing, and now you're all rowdy over a draft that happened 5 days ago.
I've been pissed off about that ever since the goddamn draft.
You'll notice during the draft, I muted my mic at several points. Only because, you should have muted your mic during this podcast. It's just one of those things. If you can't say nice things, you should say nothing. And since I was muting my mic occasionally, I'll just leave it to your imagination as to what I might have been saying to you while that mic was muted. How about that?
Fair enough.
And only those of us that were here behind the scenes know what was said. Yeah, that was a nasty auction draft, I will say. That got personal a couple of times.
I'm
not
just
just
saying,
us.
like,
Not
Tom,
just
Tom,
us.
let's talk about us here for just one sec. Like,
Why? What are we? Is this like one of those marriage conversations? Or
yes.
oh, all right, honey, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Why do you feel you have to bid me up on the players that I
I'm not
like?
bidding anybody up.
See, you see how his voice got higher? That means he's full of shit.
All right, I'm gonna go back and look at my team now, and yeah, I'm gonna go just inspect how awesome my roster is. Might even
You got really top heavy, but then you got shit.
nah. I'm all good. Plus, oh sweet, this is great. This is great because there's the free agent budget. Like I love that on the waiver pickups. Yeah, I made some moves already. This is nice. Really like my yeah, Carlos Correa, Corey Seager. I got the old man power outfield here. Actually, I like this outfield quite a bit. Justin Upton. All right, so this is left, center, right, and then a fourth outfield slot. Justin Upton, Jonas Cespedes, Nelson Cruz, and JD Martinez. I'm happy with it.
Okay, and Cespedes and JD Martinez were dudes that like you cookie jarred me on where I wanted them and you kept fucking bidding on them.
I needed a
Same
bunch
thing
of
with
players in
Cespedes.
the mid rounds there. I needed a bunch of now granted, I probably should have saved one of those power bats for like a power pitcher to go with my sale price, but you know me, I like to make trades. So, I got 2 shortstops, I can trade one of them. I got 4 outfielders that are all again, I played to my strength. Power hitting outfield. I got my power. I don't know. I'm sorry. You didn't bid one more dollar, so you didn't get your player. Boo-hoo. 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 And I didn't get a lot of my players, so I'm not,
Yeah, because you got fucking cookie jarred bidding on my players.
No. I wasn't going to pay, what was it, $30 for Franco and $59 for, I don't know, whoever it was. You paid a good amount for Schwarber, didn't you?
No, Schwarber actually got. I mean, not Schwarber wasn't too bad. I had to basically overpay for fucking damn near everybody else though, because between you and then between Bronson.
All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let's go back and look at the money. I'll tell you exactly how much I spent on each of these players. I will have you know that at no point in any of this bidding that Ryan is complaining about did I overpay for any of his players. So they went at face value or less. Every one of them went below their average, projected dollar value. So I got good value as far as I'm concerned. If I'm paying list price or a few bucks less, I'll take that all day, every day. So I'm sorry if you got rum hammed. You should have overpaid. I don't know what to tell you.
It's okay. I'm still happy with the team I got. Like I just had to fucking do a little zigging and zagging.
Yeah, so did I. You sure are salty about it.
I am. I want to kick you in the goddamn balls.
What's that salty bloody ham?
Salty bloody ham.
We all got rum hammed. Yes. All right. So you got so angry on such a side tangent there that you killed half of our viewership for this live podcast.
It happens. If you don't like it, too bad.
Well, I just hope people still listen to it on iTunes.
Woo!
So yeah, you can tell we've done too many drafts if we're fighting amongst each other in such a fashion.
Yeah.
Where do you like to pick in this year's draft? If you're doing a normal snake draft, let's obviously auction. You don't want to be drafted anywhere near me. Like you don't even want to be in the same auction or auction draft with me anymore.
Well, I mean, auction it doesn't really matter where you draft. Like
as long as you are not in the same room as me is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You and I, we can't auction it together anymore. It's too ugly.
It really is.
So in a snake draft, where do you like picking? Do you like picking towards the 1, 2, 3 area or the 10 plus?
Well, I think out of all the drafts I did, for whatever reason, I end up at fucking pick 9th.
You keep ending up at 9th, yeah.
Yeah, basically, I like either the beginning or the end.
Okay.
Like, it's just those fucking middle picks that I don't necessarily like. Like, I mean, if I could end up with if I get, a Trout or Goldschmidt and able to double down on some fucking pitchers, or if I'm towards the end of the draft, I can get a Arenado, Correa, Rizzo like pairing.
Right. Well, that's all right. So that's basically what we should explain to people. The way ESPN and Yahoo have mostly got their rankings, so there is difference between the sites, but pretty much the standard rankings would indicate that your first 3 picks are some combination of Trout, Harper, and Goldschmidt, right? The big 3, we can call them that. And then Kershaw's like right after that. It just depends on how you have your rankings, but at that point, swinging back around in a normal 12 team or a 14, you're usually, if you pick in that 1, 2, 3, you're looking at a group of pitchers, like your Sales, your Prices, your Harveys, your Coles, your Fernandezes, your Arrietas, Scherzers. So it's that whole like second tier of pitching below Kershaw. So it's a good spot to double down. Like you've got your cornerstone bat with your Harper or your Trout or your Goldschmidt. Now you can build like a pitching core. And then from there, as it swings back around again, you can hope for, maybe a Sano, another starting pitcher. Just there's other things you can do at that point. But, so picking early, that's probably where I do like a pitching strategy team, or at least a pitching heavy team. Towards the end of the draft, like picks 10 plus.
You're getting either a first, third, or a shortstop with your first 2 picks.
Honestly, I'm saying ignore, just pretend, like don't even kid yourself. You're not getting Correa. I'm just gonna say that. Like maybe Correa falls, but what's more likely to happen is that McCutchen or Miguel Cabrera are gonna fall to you. But even still, in that case, you still double down on your first and your third base. You know what I mean? You get your cornerstone bats.
I mean, I'd take a fucking Miggy Arenado, a fucking Macho Correa, Rizzo.
I mean, just forget the Correa. I'm telling you right now. Just put Correa and Macho right out of your mind. That's, I
mean, again, we're in the middle of a desert with no water. We're in leagues full of fucking addicts, and like we've seen them go 4th, 5th, 6th, like way before anybody else.
Just pretend it's not going to happen. Don't kid yourself. And then if it does happen, you're pleasantly surprised.
But at the same time, you can still get your fucking Rizzo or Arenado.
Right.
I mean, I love that one too.
You've got your corner infield bats, and now as the draft swings back around on your end later on, there is still some pitching left, but what you can do is you can start taking outfielders. There's a lot of power outfielders at that point in the draft. You're looking like in the 30s and 40s for your picks. Yeah, and so you can look for power-hitting outfielders and keep the bats thing going at that point. So I think we talked about it before. Pitching strategy type team, you probably want to be picking in the beginning of the draft, and if you want to go bats heavy, pick at the end of the draft. And if you're in a league with us, forget anything. Just throw any strategy you had out the window, because Bronson's going to be nominating nothing but prospects or taking but nothing but prospects. And everybody else is going to be rum-hamming somebody else. And then Franco's going in the 3rd round. And just forget everything you ever knew about drafting when you jump into an FSAA draft, I guess. Honestly, it's that nuts. It's like literally like a clown car exploded and a bunch of fantasy addicts spilled out drafting. Like, and they're playing kazoos, and there's ham and swearing, and some guy's taking a shit.
We gotta do a fucking clown video where he dress up as clowns.
Oh, I'm gonna be like hobo clown, like sad hobo fucked up clown with a wilted flower in my vest pocket. Yes, I am gonna be a scary hobo clown. Is that allowed?
Yes, it is.
Okay. To go with my paint huffing YouTube persona, fantasy addict Tom. Also as a fantasy addict clown, sad clown.
So let's go. We kind of talked a little bit about players who have climbed. What about players who have fallen?
Miguel Cabrera. And that's not massive, but honestly, we have seen We saw McCutcheon go middle of the second round or like ass into the second round in one of these drafts we did not too long ago. And how that I mean, again, I've devalued him. He's not a guy I'll take probably at all. But
I like him better in a roto league than a head-to-head league, personally.
Yeah, especially if you're getting him in the second round. I mean, come on, like, oof.
Yeah, I mean, Miggy as well.
But I mean, see some of those bats. Like, I mean, McCutcheon's on the wrong side of 30. I think most people now have that dynasty bias where, this isn't the PED era anymore. This isn't the steroids era where, unless you're Nelson
you get
Cruz,
better as you get older,
right? Like somehow, yeah, you get. I don't know how that happens, but I'm really disappointed that it's not the steroids era anymore. I'm going to say this. The pitching wasn't as good, but imagine if everybody was on steroids now. Like, the pitching would kick ass.
How do you not
and the batting
say
would kick
that
ass.
fucking Pedro Martinez was not fucking one of the best goddamn pitching seasons we've ever seen during the steroids era?
Well, Randy and Kurt. I mean, honestly, there was very dominant pitching. I mean, we used to have guys like Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, like Roger Clemens. You know what I mean? Yeah, like some of our the pitching wasn't nearly as deep as it is now. But if you had one of those aces, and again, that used to be, I think the idea of you don't take pitching early, I almost think that's an antiquated notion now.
Really?
The game's changed. I mean, you can still punt pitching. I'm not saying it's not a valid strategy. I just think that the game of baseball itself has changed to such a degree that, like, I mean, again, like, get your power bats early if you can, or just get pitching. I mean, honestly, like, power is the scarce commodity in a lot of ways.
It's kind of weird because
so you can almost punt power.
Because, like, the Ks and the wins and, like, all that is there, but, like, some of the ERA and whip maybe be a little bit up. I don't know. It's kind of one of those, I don't know what to do.
Like, I'm happy taking pitching early. I like to get, like, a cornerstone, like, couple of 2-3 aces.
See, you're more of a fan of the pitching strategy than I am. Like, I'm more likely to get my fucking infield filled up first, where I'm going for my first, third, second, and shortstop. Try to get my stolen bases, home runs, and runs. Average be damned. I don't care. Like,
well, I don't disagree with that inherently, but you know me. You are more of a punting strategy guy. I am much more of a roto well-rounded, and part of roto well-rounded includes pitching. You got to have a good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's also the thing where, like, I love to stream, and like, you can take your ERA and your whip, and, like, I'm just going to try to stream the hell out of you and get fucking Ks and wins.
I mean,
I'd rather pay for fucking closers and stream.
I mean, that's why you get the solid roto. You watch your max innings. You don't really, you just have your solid pitching staff, I think, and then from there you can stream. Like, I got to catch guys like you that have been streaming wins and Ks. I got my cornerstone pitching staff. I don't know. You have bad luck with spot starts. I'm always like, here's a sneaky Jake Petey.
I had bad luck last year.
Okay.
But as a whole, I usually do better.
I've for the last 2-3 years coming down the stretch, I have streamed the shit out of pitching, and knock on wood, this year it's going to continue because I have had really good luck, just immaculate spot starts. You know what I mean?
Well, I think one of the things that
one of those guys years and years ago was Carrasco.
Well, I mean, I think what separates the noob fantasy from the shrewd veteran is the streaming in the playoffs and head-to-head leagues, like knowing what players to target for specific stats in order to exploit the weaknesses of the opponent that they're playing.
Or to exploit the weaknesses of the league's scorekeeping or something.
Well, yeah.
Which, Lord knows, we've done to win leagues. Hey, if the league's got bad settings and you see an easy victory, I mean, hey, that's knowing the settings. That's knowing the scores.
I mean,
But
that's what we always fucking preach is know your league settings.
and I need Bronson to send me these league settings for this league I'm helping him draft. Actually, that's the community. Tonight, we're all helping Bronson draft.
Fair enough.
We'll live stream it. We'll live stream that since it's been a few days, and we're overloading, but
It happens.
addicts are prone to overdose. Speaking of overdosing, I don't want this podcast to go too long. What else you got on your list that you wrote down, Ryan?
Okay, a couple late round flyers.
I would say Franco way back in the day, but
No, he's not.
take
even
him in the
close to-
fucking third round now, I guess. Hey,
Matt's
Severino. They've all
Billy
moved up, though.
Byrne.
Burns has moved up. I mean, Piscotti used to be a sleeper. I just think all these guys, all of our good sleepers are now
Travis Shaw, I think, is a good one. I mean, real
Shaw's
deep. Real deep. Like, okay, who's going to be the D-backs left fielder? Is it fucking
Yasmani?
Yasmani or Socrates? Brito,
well, I'm thinking,
yeah.
How do you count O'Brien out of that?
Right. I mean, shit, the dude's got power for days.
Mm-hmm. And they need to get his bat into the lineup. He's a big dude.
I mean, again, if you want to know our late round flyers, just go back and watch our sleeper videos. Like, I mean, again, a lot of them haven't changed unless they got
one more. I got one more that I don't know if we added or talked about. I've started picking up on a whim Oliveira. Hector Oliveira. Yeah, he's older.
Well,
he's
batting over 400 this spring training.
Right. There hasn't been a massive display of power per se, but if you need batting average, like he's probably going to be at least an okay hitter. And I don't, I'm going to take a flyer stash. It's not like third base is an exceptionally deep position, especially if you don't get your Franco anymore. You probably need a little like a Travis Shaw or a Hector Oliveira to like sit on and stash. And, honestly, like
again, he's getting playing time. I mean,
this is hilarious. This is hilarious though. The Red Sox possibly trading Panda to the Padres, like that would be hilarious. I don't know why the Padres would do that. That's silly. But like, God, as a Travis Shaw owner. Yeah, and I traded Travis Shaw in the Dynasty Leagues. If that happens, I'm going to be disappointed that I traded Travis Shaw.
No, because you got Chris Archer, so shut the fuck up.
Oh, is that more sour grapes?
No, that's
are you drinking wine or beer?
That's a fucking Chris Archer trade. God damn it! Like,
are you drinking wine or beer? I can't hear you. Tiny little violin for Ryan and his sour grapes. Jeez, what a whiny podcast from you today. I don't even know if we talked about anything informative. What a fucking waste of time.
Nah, this has been one of our better goddamn podcasts. I'm sorry. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. I can tell you've had fun. You certainly let me have it over the auction league. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else on the list? Do we have any questions in the YouTube comments or anything like that?
We do. Okay. How do you guys? This is from the fuck up. Again, we got very colorful followers. I don't know if it's because we cuss a lot, we drink, like we do silly shit. But all right, the fuck up. He says, "How do we feel about Trevor's story? Think his bat can last, and do you think Jose Reyes is going to get his job back?"
I don't know that Jose Reyes gets his job back. Honestly, I don't
think so. Because Trevor's story, like, he's not an out of nowhere prospect. Like, he's actually a legitimate, like, top of the line prospect. The pedigree is there.
No, but look, I don't know that LeMahieu is so secure as starting second baseman necessarily that if Reyes is back, that they wouldn't shuffle Story to second base. You know what I mean?
So you like Story over LeMahieu?
I'm not saying over LeMahieu. I'm just saying if say Story is like woo really good, and again he's got the whole Coors Field thing going on, and say he's hitting really well, and then they do decide like okay we paid all this money to get Reyes and we gave up our big guy and Tulo. I want to honestly though, I mean if you're giving up Tulo, I don't even know why you give a shit about Reyes. They'll either play him or I don't know. He's just not even like. That's the thing is I wondered if he would have any boost in value going to Colorado, like a little late career life. But Reyes is again he's on the wrong side of the 30 number, and for dynasty purposes, obviously you're steering clear. But if Colorado plays him and he hits well and Story's hitting well, I of all those three middle infielders, I see LeMahieu being the guy that's like sort of odd man out.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's Reyes. I think they were fucking stupid to trade for him.
Well, they had to. It was a salary thing. It was a part of getting rid of Tulo.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, but when have we ever seen? Honestly, I don't think we've ever seen Colorado eat salary. I mean, they've overpaid a couple of players, and that worked out well. But I'm curious. I haven't seen them. They've never been aggressive about like getting rid of bad investments. We got to. As much as we complain about how much the D-backs have not spent money in past years until now, they sure have wasted a lot of it, non-tendering people and things like that, right? Like just eating contracts. Like, again, Russ Ortiz.
Don't even bring that up. Like, different podcast, scratch from the record.
Okay, Eric Burns.
Okay, just okay. Moving on. What is your ideal league type?
Roto auction, and Roto. All leagues. I like them all. That's why I'm doing them all, right? No, I mean, I think for me, my favorite's probably auction, Roto, or some kind of Roto.
Okay, see, I go back and forth. Like, it's definitely auction just because you can get the players you like, even though sometimes it gets fucking nuts. But at the same time, I go back and forth between Roto and head to head. I actually think I like auction head to head better just because I feel I can be a better manager in the playoffs and win. Like, I always fuck up some category in a Roto league that will fuck me out the goddamn window. Be it stolen bases, be it average, like ERA. Like, I can manage myself around having one, maybe two, like, category fucked out the windows.
Right.
But in Roto,
is that the multiple of fucked out a window?
Yeah, it is. But I think in head-to-head, I can manage myself around that. Like, if I can get into the playoffs with even the 6th seed, I think I got a chance.
All right. Well, I mean, I think in my history, I tend to perform better at Roto. I draft those well-rounded teams.
You do, but again, I think a lot of that is just your overall activeness.
No. I mean, again, I've won plenty of head-to-head being active. I mean, again, I stream just as much as you do.
Obviously, you have.
I think it has to do more with how I draft and the type of teams I draft.
Fair enough. I think you definitely do better at Roto than I do.
Right. I mean,
and so JD Baller was asking us if we like points-based leagues, and I just said we fucking hate them.
Yeah, we told some kid that he was going to get grounded if he didn't delete his league.
Yeah, I mean, again, like point leagues, mathematical math, like let me see what like category I'm fucking weak in. Let me point that instead of like, oh, you get this many points for that or this many points for that. Like,
it's not
that's
football.
Just too much goddamn fucking thinking.
It's not football. There's not like a half PPR or something, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, that league we had to get deleted. That was some really wacky statistics that basically completely devalued pitching entirely. I have no idea whoever would have come up with those league settings and that point setup. Only a rank ass amateur 11-year-old, apparently. But
yeah,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing, he deleted it. I'm just gonna say.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, I think we're all ready to fucking play ball. Like, I mean, we've been mocking and drafting fucking for 2 months now, and like, we're ready for the fucking goddamn games to start. Like, even spring trainings, like, it's over.
5 days away here. We got 5 days. All right. So
I cannot goddamn wait.
Our home dynasty drafts are Friday night. We're gonna live stream those. We're gonna crank out some pickups videos and some watch players videos and some other last minute season shit, post draft stuff. We'll probably throw out some tips and strategies for people who might be kind of new to this, just as they progress through the season. A little bit of advice maybe for ESPN novices or Yahoo novices. I mean, honestly, like, that's the thing. Experts don't even tell you that. Like, when you first start playing fantasy sports, you're kind of like, well, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? Like, honestly, nobody tells you. You have to learn on the fly, or you learn by fucking it up. And, just that's kind of what we want to have on our channel, is just stuff we wish we had heard, the advice we wish we had gotten, instead of like, hey, this player's going to be good. Like, anybody can tell you who's going to be good or a sleeper or whatever, Anybody could be an expert, but in terms of actually informing and educating, right? Like, when did any experts ever tell us not to have friends or family in our leagues because there would be bad blood? No, apparently their friends and family all draft by the numbers and suck shit anyways. I don't know. Stupid. Did you see that Yahoo Friends and Family draft?
Yeah, I went back and looked at it, and like, honestly,
shit, man.
Way too goddamn by the books. But
I mean, like, if any one of the addicts community were in that draft, like, we would have just destroyed that league. And if we were all in there, you guys
exploded. Beer spilling everywhere. I don't care as I'm air humping.
I would really, like, honestly, I want to get into a draft with Scott Pianowski or Pianowski or whatever the fuck. Like, I want to watch his head explode with how I draft. Like, I think he would hate me, hate my teams. And, I mean, again, he did block me on Twitter. He blocked us on Twitter. I don't know. We didn't heckle him or anything. I
don't know what the hell we did.
We didn't do anything. He just didn't like anything we disagreed about, or like, we made side comments. He didn't like our opinion.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Well, that's what we would do if we got in the league with him. And see, that's the thing. Like, unlike the guy we mentioned earlier, telling us he was going to kick some ass in the draft, and then now he's not going to show up. If we got the invite from these experts, we'd actually show up.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd hear us like cracking knuckles, like, all right, here we go. I'm going to show up and draft with some experts. And, there probably wouldn't be a lot of bravado and bullshit talking until after the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did in the Experts Basketball League. we were far more professional for the Experts Football League, I think. The Writers League that we did.
More so than we should have been. Fuck that shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was...
All right, let's wrap this up. I got to go pick up a copy of MLB The Show 16.
Are you doing that? I thought you were...
Hell,
maybe you should...
I'm going to go pick it up right goddamn now.
I was going to say, maybe you should take an Uber to the Walmart. I know it's a close drive, but...
Hey!
You've been podcasting.
Woo! No way. I'm going to do like 90 down the side streets through school zones and dog parks.
Well, I hope we're doing a fantasy draft on PlayStation later tonight. Yeah, let's draft the fantasy team. Woo! All right, Ryan.
Not tonight, we'll do that soon.
All right. Well, you do need to live stream the unboxing, though, the unveiling, right? Because those videos are very popular. Yeah, those videos are very popular on YouTube.
All right. Well, you got to help me set it up.
All right. I'll set up the live stream. We'll call it Fantasy Sports Addict opens his copy of MLB The Show. I don't know. Everybody
Yeah.
likes watching people do things on YouTube, so we're gonna try to go viral, like viral people. All right, because we're addicts, and Ryan's breaking the law. Be careful out there, Ryan.
Oh, no, I'm good. Like, honestly, like, I really am sober. I'm just excited and passionate about drafting. So, like, my speaking loudly and
It's the auction
overly
sickness.
animated.
Yeah.
It's just about fucking drafting sickness. Like, I've had 2 beers, maybe 3 today.
Those are flagons of ale. Like, what? How many ounces are in a flagon of ale? This
I don't
isn't
know.
Skyrim, right?
Probably a 24 ounce.
This isn't Skyrim. Like, yeah, how much you had? Oh, I don't know, a couple flagons.
Woo!
Okay, please make it back safely with the copy of the show so we can do the unboxing video. And next week, hopefully, our podcast will be far more informative, and we'll be talking about actual baseball being played and actual. Well, we're gonna have results from fantasy basketball as well. So stick around and stay tuned for that next week, next Tuesday.
Hopefully the fantasy devil doesn't fuck me out the window, and instead he gives me a celebratory
Champagne shower.
I know Bronson wanted to rub it in how I lost to Flash in your dynasty league, but like
That doesn't matter because so did Joe. Joe lost too. If you and Joe aren't in the championship, like, sorry, Flash. It's just not as exciting. And Flash has a Joe team. Flash will do just fine. Flash is going to win. He's got Steph Curry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I lost to a better team, and I only lost by a couple of steals, and I had Oladipo sitting out. So, like, I really don't even feel that bad about it. Like, just on a whole of, like, all my teams and, like, how well I'm doing, like, I'm not even mad because I was lucky to have made the playoffs and, like, to still be playing for a fucking
Championship.
medal.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
good job, Ryan.
Yeah.
Good job. Well,
Woo, go me!
Hopefully we're talking about 15 second place finishes next Tuesday. I'd love that. I would love to talk about your 15.
I kind of would too.
I mean, just the odds of it would be hilarious. That's the ultimate red light video. Like, how I could see 5, maybe 10 teams coming in second place, all 15, right? Like,
well, I mean, that's honestly how many, like, championships I'm playing for right now between my 2 accounts. There's only, like, 3 teams that, like, I'm not playing for fucking gold.
It's all about that color.
Yeah.
Good job, Ryan. That was a hell of a basketball season.
Oh, my God, good. Can relieve myself. Finish.
All right. So it's just like Andrew's podcast again. There we go. Too much information. That's why you check out Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. We'll close with Fantasy Sports Serenity Prayer while Ryan does the Matt Harvey dance, the Dark Knight tinkle, I guess. And, hey, don't hold it because you'll get blood clots in your bladder and people will say you're not going to be ready for opening day. So there you go. All right, fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to set my ideal lineup, courage to add drop aggressively, the wisdom, as always, to go take a pee when necessary so you don't get blood clots in your bladder. All right, check out our website, fantasysportsaddicts.com, where we're always mock drafting and auction drafting and breaking the law and going crazy. So
breaking the law.
Actually, it had a very international flair today. We had a guy from the UK and a guy from Toronto, from Canada, America Junior. So it was very international. It was a good morning on the website. And we always like when people can stop by and say hi. So fantasysportsaddicts.com. Hit us up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, at FSAA. We'll see you later tonight for the Money League. The whole community's helping Bronson draft. And Ryan's unboxing of MLB The Show.
Woo, that's going to happen here soon.
As soon as Ryan safely drives.
Safely
not illegally.
drives.
Completely legally.
Again, I am completely sober, air quotes.
Air quotes. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. I'm sure That's probably going to get us thrown off iTunes. All right. Speaking of iTunes, subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a review, thumbs up on the YouTube channel, yada, yada, yada. And hit the donate button. We'll see you next time. Woo!
Woo!